This is the all-new DS4, how the French want to attack the premium compact segment. And I can promise there are really a few things where they do things differently. This will be very interesting. So recently the DS9, the bigger sedan, now the DS4 compact size, and the huge front grille here with chrome accentuations in the DS4 scheme. There's also a DS4 Cross available with crossover wheel arches and a DS4 performance line with sportier accentuations. In any case, from higher trim levels, not only standard LED but also matrix LED, and then the daytime running light here, and it also has a welcoming function. It's called Rising Sun of Paris. The length is at 4 meters 40 or 173 inches, so compact segment, and interesting chrome elements. And you can see here the door handles, they fold out, come towards you, so you can open the door and yeah, already quite solid door closing sound. Interesting also the two-color scheme of the mirrors here in the copper color. And these are the 19-inch wheels. Up to 20-inch are available. Only very, very base versions come with 17-inch wheels, but most of the cars you see will have 19-inch wheels. Contrasting roof color, and very interesting how it dissolves right here with the DS graphics. So indeed an extraordinary design, rather low sitting, and the crossover version DS4 Cross will have then crossover wheel arches. The performance line once again will have sportier accentuations. And what you could see there in the front is a camera that scans the road ahead and then adapts the suspension accordingly. And that is called DS Active Scan Suspension, and it comes from mid-trim levels and also is combined now with hydraulic cushions, so a more progressive dampening setup that was introduced formerly with the C4 Cactus facelift, so even more comfort available there. Very interesting. Then the rear design here, spectacular with this handcraft design tail lamps and a sculptural design also with three-dimensional effects. Hey, in the lower end, autocool fake exhaust alert. These are pure fake exhaust need. It will be different with other engine versions. This is the pure petrol engine here today. The trunk is also accessible with an electric tailgate as an option, by the way. And here 430 liters or 390 if you have the plug-in hybrid version. Cabin trolley fits in easily. And the length is here a little bit more than 30 inches or almost 80 centimeters. And the height here to the cover is about 20 inches or 50 centimeters of all normal compact dimensions. And you can also fold it here, 1/3, 2/3 split. The interior is where it gets really interesting here with a soft touch at the inside of the doors, and then the special jacket elements here. The window levers are basically inside this decor element. It's very interesting, and they call this structure here Clou de Paris. That's quite lovely. Slim door pockets right there, then a DS entry badge and completely new steering wheel. Left side then controls for the cruise control, right side for the volume, for example, zoom auto screens and infotainment and so on. Seating here, this is an animal skin pack, but the base versions and also mid-trims come with fabric on the seats, and in the performance line you also get Alcantara seats. This is the car key here, nothing new, but the DS logo, and actually feels quite nicely, also lays quite heavy in the hand, and that's actually a good thing. And here left, next to the steering wheel, you can find a new function. That is a heated windscreen for the first time for DS. They do not use an inbuilt layer though. These are the typical old school small wires in there. And when you point the camera here against these spots, you can also see it on camera. So I'm usually disturbed by that. Are you? Digital instruments are standard in 7-inch, speed is in the top part. And at night you also have the night vision assistance and recognizing even small rabbits and also warning them when they are crossing the road. And then we can see a fluent cockpit design, especially with this decor element in the right part. And a 10-inch infotainment screen always comes like this, zoom more deals to that. And then we have some hotkeys there in the lower part, and the air vents are actually controlled like this here, up and down, down and up, wait a minute, up and down, and up and down, yeah, and then they're like integrated right here, so this is a very elegant solution, but I wonder, why isn't this the temperature control for up and down in temperature? You have to get in this climate menu, and then, once again, do everything with the screen. And yeah, I don't really get that, why they have done it in that way. fancy start-stop engine button. It's not flickering in real life, by the way, just on camera. And then here this lower part with USB-C connector and inductive charging mat. And this is actually very new, 5-inch lower control screen. And so you see here it reacts kind of on your input. This is very fancy. But what you can do with it actually is, first of all, when you have a GPS input, then you can, for example, write, like when you want to go to Berlin, you write it then like this, and then there's then the GPS input. And you can also press and hold, and then it actually reacts on what you do on the screen here, like this. I'm doing this with the lower finger at the moment, but isn't that overly complicated? So better use the touch directly, and there's still this three finger, yes, trick where you can always get back to the main menu. Infotainment system has been upgraded, is now faster than before. So you can see here it's actually quite responsive, not the best in the industry, but definitely way better than in the previous generation or in other products we've seen from the corporation. This will also be a voice assistant working on later, and you see here the climate control, we've seen that. But heated steering wheel is also available, but kind of hidden here in this menu. This will of course be a cool function. And then I always use this hotkey here, but it's also possible now. Ta-da! There is a new home button, so you don't have to use this 3-finger shortcut. Always press this one here, and then you can also get back to the home menu. And this is actually this, let's say, different home menu where you can also swipe left and right and so on. But overall, it's not bad, but I'm also not convinced of the user interface. And the rear view camera, this is actually quite decent now, good resolution, and there's also this fake drone view from above available. Shifting lever, like in the new Skoda, VW and Seat, is very small here for the automatic gearbox, but actually easy to put in the gears, and this is still here a manual volume jog. Then we have a drive mode selector right here, and last but not least, this split opening here for the storage compartment. Well, and some might wonder what this is actually, so you can fold this one here up, and then you can, okay, I'll do it now, and please don't comment. You can reach through the other side, so this can be, for example, for a cable. Well, I just realized I could have demonstrated it with an actual cable, but that would have been half the fun, wouldn't it? What I like is this detail here at the lower part of the doors. It's going quite widely around. This is then protecting the inside of the doors against mud and water coming in. Seating comfort is actually quite decent. However, the space that is being offered is, let's say, nothing special for tall Germans. And with 1.86 or 6.1, there's still some headroom left, but with my knees and so on here left and right next to the steering wheel, it gets close. Well, the rear legroom is not exactly the strength. There is this recess here at the back part of the seat, so it does exactly fit, but feels somewhat squeezed in there. 1.86 or 6.1, and that exactly fits headroom-wise and exactly fits knee-room-wise, but nothing more. As engines, 1.2-liter turbo petrol engine, 130 horsepower, 1.6-liter with 180 or 225 horsepower. That then also available as a plug-in hybrid with 12.4 kilowatt-hour battery, and then a 1.5-liter diesel in some markets. So if you want to see more of DS, tune into our DS9 review, this bigger sedan. That was also a very interesting review. And what about the competitors? Well, rather the compact premium vehicles, for example, an Audi A3, Mercedes A-Class or BMW 1 Series. This one here rather set on comfort, where the German premium manufacturers are rather set also on agile and sporty driving.